Hello, my name is Kayla and I'm an independent beauty guide with Limelight by Alcone. I wanted to take just a minute to talk to you about this amazing product, and I wanted to give you a quick demonstration of our foundation. So to start off, I'm going to throw on a little bit of Calm Balm. This is our moisturizer for oily skin, which my skin isn't really oily, but it's hot outside, so I just need a little bit. Nothing that's gonna take up too much, add too much to my face. Then I'm going to use a little bit of spray primer. So as you can see, I have a lot of redness, some acne scarring. This is all gonna be covered up. I don't know what happened just then. Okay, then I have a wet blender full. This is gonna be like your best friend. And we're gonna use the Botanical Foundation. It's called the Perfect Coverage Botanical Foundation. And we're going to use it in the color Gina Beige. It's right here. And I'm just going to take the broad side of the sponge and just do a couple turns. And we're going to press it into my skin. And I'll do one side first so you can kind of see what it looks like. And this is really not using a lot of product. You're not getting a lot of product on here, because you don't need a whole lot. So that's just one little application on the side. So we'll go ahead and finish that up. The big thing about foundation is getting the right, not only the right color, the right shade for you, but also the right texture for you. So if you're someone who needs more coverage, a powder just usually isn't the best way to go. But if you're someone who's oily or acne prone, doing a liquid foundation might not be the best way to go. The Botanical Foundation from Limelight by Alcone is actually I'm gonna pause my music. Is actually a wax-based, so it's different than what you might have used before. So I use a wet sponge to help apply it, and it's what gives me the best coverage. And it looks super blended. It looks super blended and beautiful. And it just looks like skin, which is what you want your makeup to look like. You don't want it to look like you're wearing a mask. The other big thing is you want to be able to blend it down your neckline and have it match up. So if this was orange here, that would mean that's not the right color. Also, if you're using cheap foundations or foundations that are anything less than professional, you're going to be having an orange glow at the end of the day. That's caused by the chemicals in the foundation that are oxidizing, that's like basically rusting onto your skin and creating that Oompa Loompa effect. That's not cute, right? Not cute. Okay. So I'm just going to do everyone's favorite look, which is a little bit of highlight and contour. So the advantage of being a beauty guide is I have pretty much every shade of the foundation. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Ivory, which is the shade lighter than what I wear, and I'm going to tap that in under my eyes and up my cheekbones, just like that. And you can also use the concealers for this. I actually really like the concealers for this. I would use Concealer Zero, and I'm actually going to put some of that on top of this. I just want to get a really good highlight going. Yesterday was my birthday, so I celebrated a little hard, and I have some things that need covering up today. So then I'll go back in with the waterproof concealer. And just get under that area in that like upside down triangle. That's going to bring everything up, and if you just cake it on under your eye and you don't pull it down to that triangle effect, it tends to look cakey, and it's actually going to draw attention to those bags under your eyes, which is not cute. No one wants that. And then I always like to put a little bit on my eyelid. It acts like a really good primer for my eyeshadow. Anyone can do makeup. Don't let YouTube make you think that you have to be super gorgeous and talented to do this. Literally anyone can do this. It's just a matter of practicing, finding a look that looks good on you. That's what it is. I'm going to use one of these babies. I don't really like these actually, but I just don't want to get the color that's not my color on my sponge. I mean, these are okay, but they're just not, I don't really highlight and contour that much, so it's not my thing. And then I'm going to go back in with my actual color, and I'm going to use that my Gina Beige to blend this. Blend it down a little bit, and it's just creating a shadow. See how it's a little bit darker, so it makes the shadow effect? That's what we're going for. And then just keep blending until you can't see that line anymore and it doesn't look like you colored on your face with some chocolate on top of your white face. Or if you're already a deeper color, it doesn't look like you threw a bunch of white foundation on yourself and didn't blend it. Blending does take time, but it's the single most important part of your makeup application. Okay. So now we've got a really good coverage, really good base. Now I'm Irish, I do have a lot of freckles as you can see, and this does cover my freckles, so it's going to be a little bit of a difference, but most people aren't going to be paying that close attention to notice that my neck is slightly darker, and that's just because of freckles. Also, I have a cosmetic light on here, so I'll show you kind of what the difference that's making. It's making it look a little bit lighter than it is, so I'll turn that off and see that's what it actually looks like. So this is just so that the camera can pick up what I'm doing. So it's not quite as highlighted as it looks in the camera. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the Perfect Press powder, which is this one right here, this white one. And we're going to use this white one. And any shade, any skin tone can use this. And I'm just tapping it on to set my foundation. I'm going to avoid this cheek area here because I want that to have a nice dewy look. I'm really going to concentrate on my forehead because that's the part that I sweat the most, like right on my hairline. So that's where I want it to look the most mattified. Okay. The next, so now we've got like a perfect complexion. This is exactly what you want for a base when you're doing your makeup. And that doesn't take terribly long once you get used to it. Then the next point is you add color. So today I'm going to use, let's see which one I'm going to use today. I'm going to use number 5, blush number 5, which is this one right here. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. And since I'm going to be outside, it's going to pick up in the light really well. Some girls like to do their eye makeup first. Personally, I'm very self-conscious about my face and my redness and scarring, so I always do mine first. It just puts me in a better mood when I'm doing the rest of my makeup, honestly. And I also like to have that clean canvas to start. Otherwise, what happens to me is if I do my eyes first, they end up way more dramatic than I want them to because I don't see the full picture. Like right now, I can already see what I want it to look like when it's all done. And then you can add a little bit of bronzer if you want right there. I'm not going to do that. It's fall. I don't need to add bronzer anymore. I'm just going to do a little bit of a highlighter, which is blush number 6. And I'm just going to add it right there just to pick up a little bit more of that shimmer. I really am not into the whole fad of people putting the glitter right or the shimmer on the tip of their nose. I think it makes your nose look bigger, which I'm not really sure why anyone wants to do that. But like I always say, there's no rules with makeup, so do what you want. But I'm all about looking more natural, and you don't need to look like a Photoshop mess. You don't. You just need to look like yourself that learned how to put on some makeup and put yourself together in a more professional and clean and pretty way. It's really easy. Mimosa day. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our eyes. I like to start with my brows because your brows frame your face, Now I'm on a medication that I cannot get my eyebrows waxed, and I've been really lazy about tweezing them. That's okay, because I'm just gonna groom them out a little bit with the spoolie end of my brush. And then I'm going to use our eyeshadow in the color Brownie Points. And this is what I'm going to use to fill in my brows. And we're going to do a little trick that I've never tried before, but hey, why not try it on camera? I'm going to try spraying it with my primer spray and making it almost like a pasty color or paste texture. Okay. I like dark eyebrows. I don't like Instabrow. I just want to fill in my natural brow. Fill in any gaps, because hair is not perfect. It's not always going to grow exactly how you want it to. I'm going to let that one sit, and I'm going to do the other one. This one's the challenging one because there's so many gaps in the hair. The trick is to use little hair-like strokes so that it looks like hair. I'm not a perfectionist about my makeup. It's makeup. You can wipe it off, you can fix it, it's fine. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm not getting my pictures taken and put in magazines. This is for normal girls. Normal girls who don't have 3 hours to do their makeup. Which makeup artists don't either. Usually they're really crunched for time, but they are professional and they can get it done. If you're just working with makeup, start simple. Don't worry about your brows right away. You can always learn those tips and tricks as you go. And then I just go in and clean up that spot. I was just going to tap over the top of this. And then I'm going to go in and brush it out a little bit more. That just looks like a more natural eyebrow. Okay, now we're going to move on to our eyeshadow, and I'm going to show you a simple, everyday look that's going to be kind of a smoky eye, but not really. It's more of like a natural look. Let's see. I just attacked my eyeshadow. That's sad. It started sliding, and I grabbed it, and it got all over my fingernails, and dang it. Okay, it's all right. It's just makeup. We'll move on. So I'm going to start with this color called Coral of the Story. It's this coral color. You can use an eye primer. I personally don't. I might someday. I've heard the MAC one is really good. I tried it when I was at I was using my friend's one time, and I really liked it. It did really make the color pop more. But these are very pigmented colors, so you really don't need a whole lot of product to make it look good. So that's what we're going to do first, is that little black, Coral of the Story color. And we're just going to put it on our eyelid. You can tap it on and then kind of blend it in. And I really like a cat eye, so I always kind of end up that angle there. And you can make this more or less dramatic depending on what you do, you know, where you work, what's appropriate for you. Okay. Then I'm going to take this smaller brush, this one, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Antique Bar, which is a shimmery bronze color. I'm going to tap that on. I want to concentrate it in on that crease in the corner. And tapping is how you do that. Because sweeping on is going to spread the color. Tapping creates that intense color right where you put the brush. And then you can pick up more color. And just keep doing it until you get the desired effect. And if you do too much, it's okay. You'll just blend it out. Trust me, I mess up my makeup every time I'm trying to do it. You just blend it out. Worst case scenario, you get a make-off wipe and you take it off and start again. But normally you can just blend it out. Okay. I just got frozen there. Okay. Then we're going to take, I guess we're going to use the same brush because I don't know where my other one is. Dang it. Oh wait, found it. Excuse me. Whoa, shake my whole damn room. Okay. We're going to use this brush, and we're going to take a little bit of the Peachy Glam. It's that color. Tap off the excess. We're going to put it right in the middle there, in the inner corner. I'm going to bring it up under my brow. And under my waterline. Really, it's just under my eyelid there. Just like that. That's just going to brighten it up a little bit. And if you are using the same brush for all your colors, just try and work lighter to darker. Alright, and then finally we're going to take our blending brush, has no product on it, and we're going to blend. If you hold your brush here, you're going to blend, it's going to create more of a gradient. This is going to create a softer blend when you hold it there. So I just kind of hold it in the middle. And if you blend too much and you need more product, you can just add it back on. These products are so blendable that you don't have to put that much work into it. Okay, so that's how I want my eyeshadow to look. And then we're going to do some liner. I'm going to use a liner brush, assuming I have one. And I'm going to go with Brownie Points, the same color I use in my brows. I'm going to take that under my eye and to my waterline. Create more of a romantic look. Just like that. And then I'm going to take it also under my lashes. It's called tight lining. We're going to just like that. Boom. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our liquid liner. Now, I use a liquid liner pen. I am not a professional at it. I'm slowly getting better, but sometimes I just mess up and you just fix it and you keep going. So this is the Limelight by Alcone pen. I didn't take the wrapper off all the way because I'm lazy. And it's got a super fine tip, and then you can hold it this way or this way. Pardon me as I adjust my sweatiness. There we go. All right, the lights are so hot. These makeup lights are really hot. Okay, so this is just because I tend to smear a lot. So I'm going to gently pull my eye so that it's flat, because if I don't, it's gonna catch. Okay, and then just like that. And then I'm going to take the fine point of it and fill in the gaps. I know this probably isn't the right way to do it, but this is what works for me because I am not a professional and I'm not super awesome at makeup. I just do what works for me. Okay, and then I'll just go in with a Q-tip or whatever I've got around. Just clean that up a little bit. Then my lashes will cover the rest of it. Okay, and we'll see if I can do this eye any better. Okay, and we'll just clean up that edge a little bit. That's why I use the tissue though, so I don't smear everything. Makes it a lot easier. And then we can just fix that. And then we'll go back in with our color, our eyeshadow color. This is why I say, 1, I'm not a professional, and 2, everything is fixable. Then I'm going to curl my lashes, which also will help cover up some of that liner that I'm not so good at yet. Ugh. For this reason, for the fact that I still need a lot of practice with the liner, I probably should wear liner every day to get better at it, but most days when I know I don't have time to sit here and mess with it, I just skip it. But except when I'm going out or doing something fun like I am today. But I need to just start wearing it every day so that I can just get better at it and make it look flawless. Okay, and the last step is lip color. And we're going to do, macaroon, which is this color. It's a really good nude. But first, I'm going to use a little bit of my Nude One lip liner. My lips are a little dry. Like that. And then we're gonna take macaroon, All right, there we go. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.